moved to Green Bay and you heard of the awesomeness of the Preble neighborhood, well, you're in luck because in this video, I'm going to give you an exclusive tour of this neighborhood. So chill out, grab some popcorn, grab your drink, sit back and enjoy this video. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is King Jerome and I'm a local real estate agent here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, as well as your local guide. And I help families and individuals just like yourself find your perfect home without the hassle and headache that often comes with relocating. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's get into Preble Park. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is the location of Preble Park. So Preble Park is actually kind of almost on the outskirts of Green Bay, and it's very closely located to one of the major highways we have here, Highway 43. And I'm going to show you a little quick map view of where Preble Park is actually located. So in this video, there's two Prebles, I guess I would say. There's Old Preble and there's Preble Park, but I'm just going to condense them both together because I refer to them, and many people just refer to them as Preble. So that's what we're going to do in this video. So this is located right off of Mason Street, which is one of the major streets, and you can see a little bit of footage here, and it's actually pretty closely located to some local amenities and things like that. The neighborhood vibe here, it's very family friendly, I would say. It's very family friendly, very quiet. Preble Park is in general, although here you have a couple schools here, and I'm going to touch on that in a little bit in this video. But in general, Preble Park is very quiet, very family friendly, surrounded by a lot of trees. And honestly, most of Green Bay is like this already. It's surrounded by a lot of trees. You know, it looks like a giant suburb, but Preble Park tends to have a lot more trees in it, you know, surrounding the area. Housing options. So here in Preble Park, we have a lot of single family homes, but there are also many duplexes as well as a couple apartment complexes, but those are not very common here in Preble Park. In Preble Park, there might be maybe one apartment complex, and that's more towards the Old Preble neighborhood. But like I said at the beginning of here, that this is all going to get condensed together into Preble. So honestly, there's really like maybe one or two apartment complexes in this entire neighborhood. The rest of it is mostly single family housing, as well as duplexes that you will find here. Average home pricing here in Preble, you're looking on average, you're looking at maybe about $215K at like the lowest, and the highest I've seen homes here go for is, you know, $475, almost $500K. And that's, as you have figured, and maybe you've done some research and stuff, that's pretty typical around Green Bay, especially on the outskirts where you have, I would say, more quieter, more newer homes and things like that. That's about usually the range where you should expect. If you're looking to rent as well, rents usually hover around, you know, $1,200 to $1,500 a month. A lot of times they may change depending on property taxes, if they go up and things like that, depending on what your landlord does. But that is typical. I'm saying between $1,200 and $1,500 a month is what you should expect to be paying for a duplex or even renting a house at the very minimum here in Preble Park. The next thing I'm going to talk about is our parks and recreation. So in Preble Park, it's more towards now Old Preble area. There is a couple parks, and there is a couple parks here in Preble as well. And you got a couple baseball fields and things like that. So there are a lot of spring and summer leagues for baseball, for softball, for football. That is great for the kids, and even there are leagues as well for adults. Pretty centrally located, very close to some shopping centers as well as some grocery stores. But it's overall, it's a great place, and there's a reason why many people who either live on the west side or on the east side of Green Bay don't usually leave unless they have to for work or something like that, because everything you need from amenities, gas stations, shopping centers, grocery stores, places, gyms to go work out, it has everything you usually need. And a lot of times if you're crossing between both sides, either it's probably for work or for something else, but usually people tend to stay on each side of their side of the city. Let's talk about schools and education. So here in Preble Park, very similar to the video I did, and you'll see a little thing pop up somewhere above here where I talked about the Joannes Park. On that home tour, I talked about how there are 3 major schools in the Joannes Park neighborhood, and it's the same thing here in Preble Park. In Preble Park, we have an elementary school, Martin Elementary, we have Edison Middle School, and we have Preble High School, home of the Hornets. So at least the middle school and the high school are almost hubs, I would say, of type of schools. Martin Elementary, it's more of a smaller time elementary school. I honestly didn't even know that this elementary school even existed, because Green Bay right now is in the process of shutting down a lot of elementary schools, because I would say an example, there's way more elementary schools than there are middle schools and high schools. So now they're trying to kind of condense down the areas where in schools to make it, I guess, make it more manageable. But Edison Middle School and Preble High School, both very, very good schools. I can promise you that Green Bay, Wisconsin is not a place where you have to worry about the type of education that you're getting for your kids, whether it's good or whether it's lackluster, because here it is great education, very good schools. They are all well funded. I'm telling you, like, I wish when I was back home, because like you guys know, I'm not originally from Green Bay, I'm originally from Worcester, Massachusetts, and I wish that my school was a lot more like this. But I mean, these kids got it made, man. It is what it is. So let's talk about some shopping and dining options. So here is some drone footage right here, and this is the East Town Mall, is what this entire strip mall is known as. And over the years, it hasn't had much traction, but now, over the last 2-3 years, they've been making a lot of progress, a lot of building and bringing in new businesses into this area. And it's honestly so much more lively than it was, say, 5-6 years ago. And it's awesome to see, bringing so many more businesses and things like that. So this is great places for you to go shopping. We have Aldi, we have another place called Pick and Save, all in this area for grocery shopping. And you got all sorts of other kinds of things. And there's actually a Chinese food restaurant here called Green Tea, which they originally took over a Sonic building, and they are literally drive-through Chinese food. So if you're into Chinese food, that's going to be a great option for you to go ahead and check that out. Lastly, we're going to talk about safety and livability. So the safety here in Green Bay, honestly, Green Bay is an extremely safe city to live in. And I'm comparing this to places, you know, like honestly, like almost any other larger city, Green Bay is extremely safe. Yeah, there's still bad stuff that happens once in a while, but there's nothing that's prevalent here in Green Bay. There's nothing that's prevalent crime-wise. For example, I have gotten so used to the way things are here in Green Bay that I have a bad habit now, and a lot of people have a bad habit of leaving their cars running in the winter while they go inside the gas station and go do something. But this happens constantly because things don't usually happen. People don't usually steal cars. People don't usually break into vehicles and stuff like that. It happens once in a while, but it's so infrequent to the point that I don't even remember the last time I locked my car doors, and I should every single time. And when I do lock them and I go open my door in the morning, I'm confused. Why are my doors locked? Even though it should be common sense. You lock your doors before you go into your house so someone doesn't try to come into your car and steal stuff. But it happens so infrequently here in Green Bay that when it does happen, it actually even shows up on the news. So I hope this video has been pretty helpful for you to give you a very good glimpse of Preble Park and Old Preble, which together I just call them Preble altogether. And if you're planning to make a move, whether that's in 9 days, whether 90 days, or even 2 years down the line, and you're just in the beginning steps of figuring things out, of how you want to go, where you want to go, and putting things together, hit me up. My information is going to be on the pinned comment as well in the description below. Even if you just scan this QR code that's going to show up on one of these sides, and that QR code is also located on my YouTube banner channel, on my YouTube channel banner, that will get your my contact information right to you. You can send me a text message, you can give me a phone call, or you can send me an email. I do prefer text message or email because I will see those first all day, every day before I see the phone call. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like it, share with somebody who you think may benefit from this, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.